Well, now we are in the next video about the OpenAI and the story that we have some kick out the Sam Altman and Greg. We want to deeply talk about it. If you didn't saw the previous video, please go there and see it. We talked about the structure of the OpenAI, how they just come, and now the current structure of the OpenAI. Actually, it's really gets helpful to get more understanding about the structure and what's this, why these stories, all of them happens. So we want to talk about the story that we everyone I think all of us just heard get the tweet of the Greg that write a tweet that say that me and Sam Altman get fired from our positions and just in an informal way. Actually, in this situation, all the companies write a formal letter that we are really sorry that we can continue with you. We hope that you have a great career in your life or something, more formal about it. But we didn't heard any about something like that. And we only get to it and understood that these things happens. So, and in OpenAI, they have a structure that 6 people are leading, and they have a board with the 6 people. They leading, and the most important people are actually it is the CEO. That it is the Sam Altman, and the second one is the Greg Greg Brookman. He is the president and the chair of the board, and he is the CTO. And the other one, the third one is the Ilya that we talked about him in a previous video. He is kind of the engineering or the architecture of the technologies part. So kind of the Greg have a connections between the architecture of the business with the architecture of the technology. It means that between the Ilya and Sam Altman, there are kind of combinations between them. And we have the other persons on the board, like Adam D'Angelo. He's the CEO of other company. These people are non-employment. And the other one is Tasha McCool and Helen Toshin, something others people that we are not really heard about these people. So let's go through the story. Actually, Greg wrote it in a Twitter that we understood that Ilya at the Thursday night he messaged to the Sam Altman at 12 p.m. of the Friday. Please come to the Google Meets. We want to talk with the boards. And there is one joke here that all the people say that the Microsoft provide them a lot of facilities, but they are still working under Google Meets. Yeah, we heard about it a lot. And at the 12 p.m., the Sam Altman go to the meeting, and all the people of the board was there except the Greg, and they announced that you are get fired, and after a few minutes we will announce it to the whole world, and this story will be finished. And in the 12:90, Ilya also texts to the Greg and told him that come to the Google Meet, we want to have a meeting with you. During this time, we can actually understood that the Sam was talking with the Greg, and Greg already know that was happened. And after 4 minutes of the texting, the Ilya textings, Greg went to the meeting, and they also announced that you are also gets fired from these positions. So 2 critical people in the board and the company, the whole structure of the company just get fired. So it becomes really interesting now. All this announcement was happened with the Ilya, that Ilya is just a technical person, not a lawyer or something. And especially in these things that happens, a lawyer or the more high level people just gets tell them that you are get fired. But we heard it all of them from the Greg. from Ilya. And also they didn't get fired the Craig completely. They say that you get fired from the board, but you can still work on the company. That's in this area that Greg didn't accept it and get I will remove, I will go out from the whole company. The Sam and also Greg just come out, and after a few hours, we heard that all the researchers, engineers in OpenAI, they just removed their position and they wrote the letter. If they don't come back, we will leave this position and we will go with them. You know, in these positions, some people that have a position of the CEO or something like that, like Sam or the Greg, they don't have only the positions. They have their own credit, their own relationships, and you know, all the engineers, all the other staff in the company, they follow them. So it was kind of predictable that if you just remove two critical person in your company, the other people, the other staff will be follow them, and so it's kind of predictable, but they didn't heard it. And you know, in this area, well, every people just announced that, even the Microsoft say that we didn't know that this board just decided by ourselves. That's kind of the strange. Before I want to continue about the story, let's a bit talk about the Ilya. Who is this Ilya? Now we heard about him and he had two critical decisions. Ilya is the technical person. He is a really significant researcher. Even in 2050, that's when the OpenAI was created. Elon Musk asked Ilya to come and work here. Because he wanted to go to the Google and work there, but he was persuading him to come here. And even we heard that Elon Musk and Larry Page, who was the CEO of the Google those time, get really fighting about the Ilya that he wanted to go to the Google, but they kind of stole it and bring it back to the OpenAI. But I want to just tell you that Ilya he's a really good researcher and a technologist person in this area. So now we heard it. Even the Microsoft didn't know about it. Why the Microsoft is here important? Microsoft here is one of the greatest investors in OpenAI, and he has the stock of they have the stock of the OpenAI near, actually the exact amount is that 48%. So it's kind of the huge amount of the stocks that they have, and but they heard that we didn't know about it until it just gets published. And it's kind of, I told you, kind of the strange, and just only the 4 people, kind of nobody people, they just decided by themselves without getting any advice from the other people. We don't know. And I want to just come and have a kind of flashback to the dev day of the OpenAI. I don't know if you all saw it or not. I really suggest you to see it. When I saw it, I was really getting interested. I don't know if you saw it or not. I will tell you in the dev day that they was kind of introducing the new features of the ChatGPT. About 2 minutes, the Satya, the CEO of the Microsoft, come from the Seattle to the dev day, and Sam Altman asked him to come to the talk with him. And in these 2 minutes, there was really awkward conversations with them. The big CEO of the company, the Microsoft, kind of get played with the Sam's. I don't know, get plays the correct words or not. Just it was awkward, conversations with them. And even at the end, the Sam also told him that please kind of go, don't miss your flight, something like that. And kind of shows that maybe they have a kind of discussing or some talking with themselves. And yeah, kind of strange. And based on this, if just 4 people of the board they say that we didn't have any discussion with the Microsoft, is kind of strange. I myself, I don't believe it. So, and even if we want to see other side of these areas, the Sam Altman, in his personality, he's not getting any interest from the boards, because the people in the board, they can't have any shares in the board. So all his interest or the monies just come from others out of the OpenAI or something like that. And during these years, Sams was really working to create his own chips or like GPU, like NVIDIA, to have algorithms and the chips all together and kind of have their own AIs or all the structures. But so kind of this having the new company like for the chips, kind of having the really conflicts with all the interests of the Microsoft. And it's kind of not out of the mind that the Microsoft wanted to kick these 2 people out, but we don't know. And also, the Greg and also the Sams really get power during these years. That's the Microsoft. I want to just really mention that the Microsoft is not a small company, a small startup. They are really great and big ones. And for all the decisions, they must just listen to the Greg and the Sams, and they kind of be difficult for them to just get heard from the others people, or maybe for them just the children, but they are really good grow up. So it shows that Microsoft can have the interest to just kick these 2 person out. And just consider it that when these 2 people get out, the OpenAI gets really big. And when this happens, the Google can find a really big space for itself. With the OpenAI, they really saw that their positions get really big, and they again returning back to their first positions. And also based on not just the Google get a really big space, some others companies like Amazon and AWS, they can get back again, because OpenAI, they just really invest on Azure and they use them. So it also provide a good space for the AWS, and also for the Elon Musk AI company XAI, they can also get good space in this area. So by weakening the OpenAI, you can see the whole world gets more power. So when you just get the power of the one company or one person, the other can get the power. It shows that maybe they kind of have a talking or grouping with each other, but it's not, we don't know about all of them. Just kind of the discussion or analyzing it can be happening. So based on that, there is one possibility that maybe it's because of these reasons, or maybe it is so simple than all of this. It just have a kind of conflict in the boards with the Sam Altman and Greg and Ilya others, and based on this conflict, the 4 people of the board, they just get together and just talk, okay, let's kick out these 2 people. And you know that whenever, unfortunately, it's not good to say that, but whenever the weak people, they are not really have a good power, gets a space that they can find this position that they can have a good decisions, their egos comes first, and they make such a really decisions that is kind of strange for everyone. So it can be possible that these people just make a decision and kick them out without any getting advice from the other people, and the story is so simple for them. And even I heard from the New York Times that the Ilya was worried about Sam's Altman's, was too focusing on building the OpenAI business while not paying attention enough to the dangerous of the AI. So based on this, they just wanted to try to get fired of the Sam's Altman and Greg from the boards. But we know that after a few or 1 day later, the Microsoft again just asked them to please come back to the OpenAI. If you don't want, you can come and start your own research lab in the Microsoft. But nowadays they turn coming back to the OpenAI. And the structure of the OpenAI was this boards was built when they was in a non-profit structures, and now they just turn it to the caped or for profit structure. It's not really works. When they was building the company, it was kind of in the really childhood of the AI. Nowadays our AI get young, and this structure of the OpenAI is makes difficult for them, the people in the boards or even for the CEOs who have a better working in these areas. But what they want to do, and if they want to change their structure or other things, we don't know. And it was kind of only just my ideas about these issues that happens. So thank you so much for listening. If you have any idea, please comment it. I really want to know your what's your idea about it. See you to the next video.